Hello dear students, today we are going to study unit number 4, my bank account. Let's start with the introduction of the essay. The story begins with Leacock deciding to open a bank account after receiving a modest sum of money. However, as he enters the bank, his confidence quickly erodes and he finds himself overwhelmed by the formal atmosphere. Through a series of misunderstandings and social flux past, Leacock humorously portrays his discomfort with handling finance, poking fun at the intimidating nature of bank and his own insecurities. The story ultimately serves as a light-hearted satire on human foibles, particularly the fear of looking foolish in public and the intimidating formality of financial institutions. Let me give you a brief introduction of the author, Stephen Leacock. Stephen Leacock was a Canadian humorist, writer, and academic known for his witty and satirical style. He gained international fame for his humorous essays and stories, particularly in works like Sunshine Sketches of a Little Town and Literary Lapses. Leacock's writings often pokes fun at social conventions and human nature, blending humor with keen observation. Alongside his literary career, he was also a political economist and taught at McGill University in Montreal. His unique blend of comedy and insight made him one of the most beloved humorists of the early 20th century. Let's do the summary. In My Bank Account, Stephen Leacock humorously describes his misadventures while attempting to open a bank account. The story begins with Leacock receiving a small sum of money which he decided to deposit in a bank. However, the minute he steps inside the bank, he is overwhelmed by nervousness and embarrassment. Feeling out of place and intimidated by the formal environment, Leacock fumbles through a series of awkward interactions with the bank staff. He mistakenly approaches the manager thinking he needs permission just to open an account, and the manager assumes he is a wealthy client making a large deposit. This misunderstanding heightens Leacock's anxiety and his behavior becomes increasingly clumsy and erratic. When he finally manages to open his account, Leacock is so frustrated that he ends up withdrawing all his money almost immediately. In the end, he leaves the bank vowing never to return. The story humorously captures the anxiety many people feel about managing money and dealing with formal institutions, highlighting the often irrational fears that accompany simple tasks. In exercise number 1, we have to sort out the contextual meaning of the words. Let's do it. The contextual meaning of solemnly is deeply serious. Terrible means unpleasant and dreadful. Detective means investigator or spy. Mysterious means unknown or hidden. Whispered means low sound or murmur. The contextual meaning of painful is causing pain or distress. Astonished means amazed, surprised. Contextual meaning of hollow means shout or cry. Mood, anger, or violent state is the contextual meaning of temper. Rival means competitor. Exercise number 2. Match the following bank-related words of column A with their meaning given in column B and write answers in column C. Number 1. Bank manager. One who has control of all resources in the bank. Accountant means one who maintains audit business accounts. Clerk means one who maintains all written records. Check means a written order directing a bank to pay money. Transactions means dealings and exchange. Deposit means to put money in the account. Last one, checkbook. which means a small book having checks to draw money. Exercise number 3, which consists with multiple choice questions. Number 1, the writer visited the bank. The correct answer for this is B, first time. Number 2, the writer's salary was raised to $50 a month. Number 3, Desh presumed the writer to be a detective. The correct answer is manager. Number 4, the writer first met the Desh in the bank. The correct option is option A, accountant. Number 5, the writer had Desh dollars at the time of opening the account. The correct answer is option B, 56. Number 6, Mr. Montgomery was an Desh. Correct answer is option B, accountant. Number 7, the Desh of the author made the manager think that he was a detective. It's option A, mysterious behavior. Number 8, the author wrote $56 instead of $6 due to fear, haste, anxiety, and madness. And the correct option is C, anxiety. Number 9, the text my bank account is an example of humorous tale. Returning from the bank, the writer put his savings in Desh. The correct option is D, sock. In exercise number 4, we have to write the sequence of events of the story. Firstly, the narrator decides to open an account as he feels overwhelmed keeping money at home. Secondly, he enters the bank intimidated by its formal atmosphere and awkwardly asks to see the manager. After that, he blurts out that he wants to deposit $56, making it sound like a large and serious sum. Then the manager directs him to a clerk, but the narrator's nervousness leads to confusion while filling out forms. Later, he mistakenly withdraws all his money immediately after depositing it. Finally, embarrassed by the whole ordeal, he vows never to use a bank again and keeps his money anywhere else. Our final exercise consisting of questions and answers. Here is our very first question. What is effect upon the author of entering the bank to do business? Answer. The effect upon the author of entering the bank to do business is that he becomes extremely nervous and self-conscious. The formal atmosphere of the bank overwhelms him, making him feel small and out of place. His anxiety leads to a series of awkward interactions and mistakes, such as addressing the manager unnecessarily, fumbling with the forms, and ultimately withdrawing all his money immediately after depositing it. This nervousness reflects the author's discomfort with the intimidating structure of banking systems, turning a simple task into a stressful and comical ordeal. Question number 2. Why did the author decide to open an account? Answer. The author decided to open a bank account because his salary had increased by $50 per month and he felt it was time to handle his finances more responsibly. With this modest increase in income, he believed it was safer and more professional to deposit his money in a bank rather than keep it at home. Question number 3. What was the manager's reaction when the author told him that he would like to see him alone? The manager was initially surprised and assumed that the author had come for a significant and confidential financial matter. He took the author seriously, leading him into a private room for a one-on-one discussion. However, when the author nervously revealed that he only wanted to deposit $56, the manager's demeanor changed and he became dismissive, realizing that the situation was trivial. This contrast in reaction adds to the humor of the essay. Question number 4. Why did the manager look relieved when he knew the purpose of author's visit? Answer. The manager looked relieved when he learned the purpose of author's visit because at first he assumed the author had come for a serious and confidential matter. He thought the author might be from a rival company, a detective from Pinkerton's agency, or perhaps an extremely wealthy client. When the author revealed that he only wanted to deposit $56, the manager realized the situation was trivial and felt relieved that it was not as significant or intimidating as he had initially imagined. This misunderstanding adds to the humor and irony of the essay. Question number 5. What is the equivalent of 50 American dollars in Pakistani currency? Answer. As of November 22, 2024, 50 US dollars is equivalent to approximately 13,900 Pakistani rupees based on an exchange rate of 278 rupees per USD. Question number 6. What mistake did the author make when he wrote the check? Answer. The mistake the author made when writing the check was that he accidentally filled it out incorrectly due to his nervousness. He wrote the sum in words but then panicked and started altering things. Specifically, he made the error of writing the amount in a way that made it sound as though he was depositing a much larger amount than he actually had. His anxiety led to confusion with the figures and words on the check, making the process even more difficult and embarrassing for him. This mistake was a reflection of his extreme nervousness and unfamiliarity with banking procedures. Question number 7. Explain the meaning of clerk's question, "How will you have it?" Answer. Stephen Leacock's essay, "My Bank Account." The clerk's question, "How will you have it?" refers to how the author would like his money returned after depositing it, whether in bills, coins, or another form. This is a standard banking question when someone deposits money or requests a withdrawal, but in the context of the essay, it confounds the narrator. His nervousness leads him to misunderstand the question as something more complicated and important, heightening the humor of the situation. He panics and responds with confusion, not realizing it's a simple routine query. Question number 8. Why was there a roar of laughter when the author left the bank? Answer. The roar of laughter when the author left the bank was due to the absurdity of his nervous, awkward behavior throughout the process. His over-formality, mistakes with the check, and misunderstandings, such as thinking the clerk's simple questions was a serious inquiry, made the whole situation seem far more complicated than it was. The bank staff found his exaggerated anxiety and confusion humorous, causing them to laugh as he left. This reflects Leacock's skill in turning an ordinary task into a comedy throughout the author's self-consciousness. Question number 9. The author Stephen Leacock was a respected university teacher and highly successful writer. Do you think this is a true story? Answer. No, this is likely not a true story. Stephen Leacock was known for his wit and humor. In his works, including My Financial Career or My Bank Account, are often fictional or exaggerated for comic effect. While the story draws from real-life experiences, particularly the nervousness one might feel in an unfamiliar situation, it is crafted to entertain, not to recount a literal event. Leacock's skill as a writer was in turning ordinary situations into humorous narratives, often based on his observations of human nature rather than personal accounts. His reputation as both a university teacher and a successful writer means he had ample material to draw from. But this essay is more about comedic exaggeration than an actual personal experience. Question number 10. Why is it wise to keep money in bank than to hoard it in one's home? Answer. It is wise to keep money in a bank rather than hoarding it at home because banks offer better security protecting funds from theft or damage. Additionally, money in a bank can earn interest, helping it grow over time, which isn't possible with cash stored at home. Banks also provide convenient access through ATMs and online banking, and having an account helps with managing and tracking finances more easily. Overall, keeping money in a bank is safer, more practical, and financially beneficial. Thank you so much for watching.